Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Now with that out of the way, I wanted to talk about every fact that I could find, both good and bad, for the Nintendo Switch 2. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and new information comes out about the system pretty much every day as we get closer to launch, and now that the system has leaked out there, and air quotes leaked, you know, people getting it early off of trucks or just getting it mailed to them early, however they got it, whatever. But let's clear up the misinformation. So I have about 15 things listed here. Let's get right into it. So the first thing is, no, games are not more expensive physically than digital copies. Both physical and digital are the same price here in the United States. In other regions, I forget exactly where, I believe there is a $10 difference, but here in the States and in the most regions, it is the same price. So there's no $80 digital and $90 physical. That is misinformation. So there you go. All right, number 2, various pricing. Not every game will be $80. Donkey Kong is $70, which means it will vary game to game. Also, third-party games have various pricing as well, some as low as $50. So it will depend on what the publishers want to charge for their games. Number 3, not every Switch game upgrade will cost money. And for those that do, the price is also different for each upgrade. For example, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a $10 upgrade, Fantasy Life is like $3, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is free. So it really depends on the publishers and Nintendo on what the prices will be for the upgrades, or if they'll charge for it at all. I think it also depends on what exactly they're upgrading. All right, number 4, not every physical Switch game is a game key card. Every first-party Switch 2 game is on the cartridge. I'll read that one more time. Every first-party Nintendo Switch 2 game is on the cartridge so far. And some third-party games are also on the cartridge, like Cyberpunk, Daemon X Machina 2, Tectaion Scion, however you say that, and a few others. Unfortunately, many of the third-party games like Street Fighter and the various others are on keycards. You'll have to do a little research throughout the Switch 2's life to see what games are actually on the cartridge or not. But Nintendo has plastered the information on the front of the game's box art, so maybe you don't have to do the research. It's plain right there on the cover, but you know how some people are oblivious to things, and if you're really into a game and you really want to know, I mean, literally it's on the front of the packaging, so just look at the packaging. All right, number 5. Some Switch 2 physical games that have a Switch 1 version are playable on both systems. It'll just load up whatever version of the game you put the system into. So depending on the game, it'll either load up the Switch 1 or Switch 2 version when you pop in the cartridge. Number 6, the console comes with a protective film on the screen. This is a breaking news story that happened pretty much last night as of the making of this video. The console has a protective film on the screen, and Nintendo says do not remove it. But it is not a screen protector like the ones we can buy. It is compatible with the screen protectors. You can still stick that on top of it. Do not remove it when you buy the system. It is there to protect the screen by default from cracks and shattering all over the place. All right. Number 7, the battery life lasts 2 to 6.5 hours and takes 3 hours to charge while in sleep mode. The battery has a feature to only charge to a certain percentage to help keep the battery healthy long into the future. Number 8, the screen is a LCD screen, not an OLED screen. It is a compatible touchscreen, 7.9 inches wide, 1080p HDR10 support, and VRR up to 120 Hz in handheld mode only. While docked, number 9, can output 4K with its upscaling tech and up to 60 frames per second and sometimes 120 frames per second depending on the game and requirements. The dock has 2 USB 2.0 ports, a LAN port, and obvious the HDMI port as well. Number 10, the console has 256 gigabytes of memory, so you will need a memory card since most games will be installs this generation, just like PlayStation and Xbox. Make sure you buy the right one because old memory cards won't work with the Switch 2 games. Make sure it says Express on it. Also, the console uses some of the storage for the OS, the operating system, so you'll definitely want a memory card if you want to buy a lot of games. Now, since the games, a lot of them are so expensive, I think we'll be okay for a while, but it all depends on how much the operating system uses up. I mean, what if it uses like 50 gigabytes, then you're down to 200? That's like 2 big games, that's it. Granted, if you go all digital, that's, oh man, you're gonna fill that up real quick. And unfortunately, the 1 terabyte micro SD card is out of stock on Amazon until about September. There was news about that. They're making them right now. They completely sold out because they had no idea that the Switch 2 was going to just make everybody buy them all up. So we'll have to wait until September. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll post it as soon as it's back up there. I check it every day. I'm kicking myself because I wasn't sure like if I should buy one or not until all this news about key cards came out, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna need one, aren't I? And then boom, they're sold out completely. And even the 512 gigabyte options are sold out too. So all that's left is the 256 gigabyte options for now. Those things will probably be scalped on eBay. Just wait a few months and we'll have it. So yeah. Number 11, the console has a built-in microphone, so you won't have to buy a headset or anything like that. That's really cool. Number 12, console has 2 USB-C ports on the top and bottom for easy play and charge situations or tabletop play. So that's really cool. It's one of the issues I had with the OG Switch. Game Chat is a big new social feature for Switch 2 and is free for everyone until March 31st of 2026. It's trying to get everybody hooked on it and then be like, hey, you know that cool feature you like? Well, now you gotta pay. Number 14. Old Switch controllers are compatible if used as a controller. Old Joy-Cons cannot connect to the Switch 2 because of the new form factor and technology. I feel like that should be pretty obvious. But your old Pro controller does work on the Nintendo Switch 2. So the Pro controller that I have that's lasted this long, no Joy-Con drift or stick drift yet, that thing is a beast. It lasts for like 40 hours still, and I bought it pretty early in the Switch's life. I got the Switch like almost in the first couple months. What's funny is when the Switch came out, I didn't really want it, like because the Wii U was so bad. But then I saw how good Zelda was, and a few of my friends at work were getting it, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll get one. And they were pretty easy to get because everybody was down on the Wii U. And then I'm glad I bought one because it took a while for my store and area to fully stock them again. So I got to play Zelda right away, Breath of the Wild. I got to play all the launch games. I had fun with ARMS and all kind of stuff. And then Mario Kart came out and had a blast playing that, even though it was the Wii U game just ported over. I had a lot of fun with the Switch, and I fell in love with the hybrid model concept, and I really hope that all of the industry goes that route. The console's stuck under the TV where you can only play it on the TV. I feel like that's the past. I feel like Nintendo has revolutionized the future of gaming, and it's play anywhere. Plug it into the TV, take it with you, just so much form factor, everything. I want Sony, I want Xbox, I want, hell, everybody to do it. I feel like that's where it should be. Not this big, huge console that's stuck under your TV that you can only play when you're tied to your TV. I feel like people are busy nowadays trying to make ends meet. Why not make it more quality of life with being able to play anywhere? All right, next one, last one, number 15. Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass subscribers can play Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom upgrades and various other upgrades for free. It is included in the expansion pass. However, you still have to download it as like a separate download. So it's still like an install thing. So if you have the copy of your old game still, if you bought Breath of the Wild, I still have my copy. Or if you have Tears of the Kingdom or any other game that's on the list, I believe Kirby is on there also, you can just go download it and play it with your expansion pass subscription, which is really cool because some of those are pretty expensive. Like I believe the Kirby one is $20, but the Kirby one, Forgotten Land, is also extra like story content, DLC and stuff like that. So there you have it. There's just a couple of facts that I found out about the system when I was researching for this video. I'm sure I missed a few things. There's so much information about this console. I hope I touched the ones that people got like wrong, because you see all these YouTubers and headlines, and like, I don't want to mention his channel, but I used to be a big fan of Dreamcast Guy, but he, right out of the gate, and ever since the whole information about the Switch 2 started, he's just been pouring out misinformation, and he's never corrected himself. He's just doubling down on the hate train, and I guess that's his gimmick. I mean, that's how he gets views and stuff. But honestly, it's like, say, hey man, I was wrong about this, here's the real information, and then you can still be like, I still think this is bullcrap. At least correct yourself, at least get the facts straight, right? And with that said, if I got anything wrong in here, feel free to yell at me in the comments below, and I'll be gladly to say my bad. Thank you for watching. I hope you stick around on the channel. I got big plans for this channel. If it blows up, I mean, you guys have been watching the videos. I'm shocked. I woke up one day and we're already at like 200 watch hours out of the 4,000 we need. I started this channel like a month ago, so I'm having a blast. I love Nintendo games. I love Nintendo Switch. I should have started this channel back when the Switch started, but I didn't really have any idea what YouTube or how to do YouTube at the time. Now I have two other channels. I have a wrestling channel, and I have kind of an Ark Survival / how-to channel for other games. That was my learning channel. So I'm really hopeful that this channel blows up, because this will become my main channel if it does, because I love, like I said, I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo games. Despite all the negativity, Nintendo are masters at their craft, and I just love their games. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sound off the comments below. As always, stay frosty.